Perfectly cooked Negima Yakitori should be slightly charred on the outside and still moist on the inside. Smut! Negima Yakitori this good should be illegal. Today I'm cooking authentic yakitori or Negima Yakitori. So just sit right back, grab a drink or two and let's get into it. Oh, and by the way, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell notification if you want some updates. Cheers! For this cook, we're keeping it traditional and therefore that means we're using wooden skewers, specifically bamboo skewers that are called tepagushi, which literally means gun skewer because of their shape. Pew, 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 pew. The tapered skewers have a flat end, which makes them easier to hold and turn. They also won't roll on the grill, allowing you to grill one side at a time. You will need to soak them in water before using them. I suggest soaking them the day before use. This won't stop them from burning, but it will prevent a house fire. Time to make the yakitori sauce, or tare. Into a saucepan, you'll need to add a 1/4 cup of soy sauce, a 1/4 cup of mirin, 2 tablespoons of sake, 2 tablespoons of water, and 2 teaspoons of brown sugar. Bring this to a boil and then lower it to a simmer. We want to reduce this to around 1/3 of its original volume. It's going to take around 30 minutes. Once you've done this, take it off the heat to cool. And keeping most of it for basting, but you want to take about 1 or 2 tablespoons and put it aside for a finishing sauce. Now for the meat needed, and there was a couple of hints in the name of the dish. Negima means chicken thigh and spring onion, and yakitori means grilled poultry. And luckily for me, Mick down at Gippsland Premium Meats sells chicken, specifically skinless and boneless chicken thighs. Thanks Mick, I owe you a special cuddle. And all we've got to do now is cut the chicken thighs into 25mm pieces. And by cutting them all roughly the same size, they'll cook more evenly. We also need some spring onion to go with the chicken. This is spring onion. Cut the roots off, and then we just need to cut into 25mm pieces. We can use both the white and the green parts for this dish. It's time to make up our skewers. Fold up a piece of chicken and dab it with a skewer. Slide on a piece of spring onion, add on another piece of chicken, then more onion and more chicken. And surely you can see where this is going. Just finish making them all up. Then using the basting sauce, we're just going to give both sides of the skewers a light coating. Once they're all coated, these can go in the fridge until we get our barbecue ready. Just remember to keep your skewers all the same size. This way, they will cook more evenly. Today, I'm going to be using my Weber Go Anywhere and I'm going to be pairing it up with my 100mm riser and my new hibachi grill that I grabbed from Rub and Grub in South Australia. Why? Because I want to be cooking over direct heat today. I won't be needing the lid for this cook and I'll be opening up the bottom vents to allow as much airflow to that fuel as possible. I'll put the riser in place and then I'll half fill a chimney starter with lumped charcoal. I'll light it up and once it's all ashed over, I'll dump it into the GA. And then using an old pair of tongs, I'll spread the charcoal out so we get even heat throughout the GA. And I'll put the hibachi grill in place. Hibachi in Japanese means fire bowl. Ironically, we don't want to start a fire. Now traditionally you would dunk these skewers into that tare sauce that had been used for years and years and years. But I haven't been making it for years and years and years. That's why I basted it and I'm going to keep basting it while I cook them. So I'm just going to place them over the charcoal and we're going to keep flipping them roughly every 30 seconds during the cook. And every time we flip them over, all we have to remember is give them a little baste. Flip them again and baste them again. And we're just going to keep flipping them and basting them until they are cooked all the way through. Another baste. Oh, yum. And when you reduced your tare sauce down, if you found it was a little bit too thick to use, just put a little bit of water in and stir it up. That'll make it nice and runny and you can baste your chicken. Chicken is cooked properly at 74 degrees Celsius internally. and ceases to be death chicken at this point. It will look a bit charred on the outside, but the internal part should be moist. Smut. Today I'm using direct heat to grill with, and all up, this cook's only going to take 10 minutes. Or for those of you who love to follow my beer timer, you look at that a 1 beer cook. Cheers. The skewers are finally ready. We can get these off the heat. I mean, how good do they look? Just pop them straight into a serving dish. Now grab the tare we put aside for finishing and a clean basting brush, and just give each skewer a final basting in this glaze. And just give these a couple of minutes to cool down before shoving them in your face hole.